including the medium that reported on that story, didn't help some of us who took it hook, line, and sinker.
Yeah, well, and it's how tricky our job is as journalists that
True,
fact check,
true.
and it's
the most thorough fact checks sometimes get beaten.
yeah,
And this
yeah,
is one example.
yeah,
Unfortunately,
yeah,
it's a I don't
Yeah.
think it's something that anybody would be proud of saying, and
yeah.
it's from a place of hurt that this is saying, but a reputable national daily
It's like
to report that story. I mean,
it's like Gilbert. The more sophisticated we become,
Mhm.
especially when it comes to technology and how news is being consumed and is being given, the political class or those people who are
The
interested in
newsmakers.
in disinformation or
Yes.
misinformation will heighten or have heightened the level
Their
of
attempts.
propaganda to the high heavens, I would
Mm.
say. But it's very unfortunate and pathetic.
Really.
I think it's wise that the state government should know that okay, this is the exact situation of things, instead of uh, say the masking and covering it up because it doesn't do anybody any good. Yeah,
Seriously.
any good.
Seriously.
Yeah, and what other stories?
Yeah, that was why I said, by the way, that so much is happening in Kano. Kwankwaso, there have been these reports that he wrote the All Progressives Congress, notifying them of his desire to join the political party again alongside some other politicians who are reportedly in his fold. But he has come out again to say, look, uh, that report is false and that he hasn't done anything of such, and people should just allow his name to be able to rest. And I really don't know if it's the All Progressives Congress who is anxious to have Rabiu Musa Kwankwaso return to its fold again, but there's been news over time that Tinubu himself would like to run with Kwankwaso as running mate in 2027.
I mean, Gilbert, who wouldn't want power being offered, to them? If power is being offered to, people will collect it. People will grab it. And I know that all of this enticement and all of this wooing is 2027, and the kind of votes that Konkoso commands in Kano State.
Indeed.
And I'll say even he has influences across the northwest as well.
Very true.
Yeah.
Fetched, really. But just about yesterday, Ganduje appeared for the very first time in a meeting of the All Progressives Congress with Senator Jibrin Barao, and all of them pledged to work with President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. The question again is, can they undo the influence of Kwankwaso in Kano State and in Kano politics? He seems to have had that state under lockdown. Look at what happened. Even some of the votes that the APC got, they had to really shop for those votes in the last election. And that tells how deeply rooted in terms of Kano politics and what have you. Over time, people want to outwit him, people want to outsmart him, but that hasn't worked. That hasn't worked at all.
Yeah, well, did you see about the mining collapse in Dura community in just south?
4 persons.
Yeah, and when the state government, say that
took that decision, and
people should be careful.
I've spoken with many people who are living from mining, from whatever chain that flows, and I've been shocked over time to know that people still felt that decision by the state government to suspend mining activities at the time was wrong according to their estimation, and I just can't believe it. That we're seeing this thing consume us, this thing consumes people we know daily, and yet all attempts to be able to restore order to that sector is met with stiff resistance. And I just don't know what else has to be said or done for people to understand that this is dangerous. We know you need to eat, you need to make money, and what have you. And I had cause this morning, to go to see, what do they call it? Is it mining?
Yeah.
I don't know, the shops.
Especially on pedestrian footpath. You
exactly.
see them always getting, and they will spread the stuff, the materials on
just
the
to be
road,
able to dry
and
it
pedestrians, pedestrians will be squeezing to. I think that the authorities should address this. For people who are into mining,
how did they end up addressing it?
No, don't spread your kaya, on top of the road.
On the road,
don't spread it. Don't dry it. Don't, that's why the government recognized clusters of company, and it's just to make things easy, and it's just to make for coordination, smooth coordination. It's not that the government doesn't want people to eke out a living or do their legitimate business, but there has to be some level of control. Just imagine that when the mining pit collapsed on them, 3 died instantly.
Yes, absolutely.
Lives have cut short.
One on the road to the hospital had to give up the ghost. What I don't know, but really people need to think. Really people need to give this whole thing some serious thought. We understand that times are hard, but you first have to live. You first have to survive before you speak of going to work and what have you. It doesn't really speak well of us as a people, honestly. If you ask me, I think we should cooperate with government, with authorities, to be able to look at what's also happening in Zamfara, for example. Despite all the huge resources coming from underground, the people who are suffering, the people who are working hard to ensure, it's the same thing with DR Congo, and it's just so ironic that you sell yourself, and the people who enjoy from the real deal, from the proceeds, aren't feeling the pinch of what you're feeling, even in its 1/3.
Yeah. Well, this evening we're going to have a guest, a very interesting guest. The guest will be Right Honorable Yusuf Adamu Gagdi.
As the day comes to a close, the conversation is just beginning. Join us on Nigeria at Sunset.
Hello there, very good evening to you, and welcome to the program Nigeria Sunset.
Good evening.
The front row political program that dives into the heart of the issues shaping our nation.
You were there. I was not there. Take the record. I was not there. Take the record. The love we have for you, the respect we have for you, is just for you to say you're behind that meeting. We should go back and continue the consultation.
From the presidency, National Assembly, the judiciary, to the streets of Lagos, Abuja, Plateau, and the world over, our expert analysts and thought leaders bring you the latest insights, expert opinions, and in-depth analysis on the stories that matter most.
We cannot in any way rewrite the history, but we can correct some anomalies going forward.
Listen, all we hear here is typical Nigeria, and you are clapping. That's why politicians get away with anything. They get away with murder because you have short memory. Nobody has power and will give it to you. If you want a pastor as president, can get one. The politician is there in Nigeria to steal, to maim, to kill, to remain in power.
I rejected the administrative bill of the police because I cannot, in good conscience, continue to participate in illegality.
Whether it's the economy, politics, or social justice, we tackle the tough questions, spark lively debates, and seek out the truth. Join Ponsa Fanap and Gilbert Joseph as they shape the narratives on Nigeria at Sunset for you to stay ahead of the curve. Tune in every weekday. As the day comes to a close, the conversation is just beginning. Join us on Nigeria at Sunset.
Hello there, very good evening to you, and welcome to the program Nigeria Sunset.
Good evening.
The front row political program that dives into the heart of the issues shaping our nation.
You were there. I was not there. Take the record. I was not there. Take the record. The love we have for you, the respect we have for you, is just for you to say you're behind that meeting. We should go back and continue the consultation.
From the presidency, National Assembly, the judiciary, to the streets of Lagos, Abuja, Plateau, and the world over, our expert analysts and thought leaders bring you the latest insights, expert opinions, and in-depth analysis on the stories that matter most.
We cannot in any way rewrite the history, but we can correct some anomalies going forward.
Listen, all we hear here is typical Nigeria, and you are clapping. That's why politicians get away with anything. They get away with murder because you have short memory. Nobody has power and will give it to you. If you want a pastor as president, can get one. The politician is there in Nigeria to steal, to maim, to kill, to remain in power.
I rejected the administrative bill of the police because I cannot, in good conscience, continue to participate in illegality.
Whether it's truth, join Ponsa Fanap and Gilbert Joseph as they shape the narratives on Nigeria at Sunset for you to stay ahead of the curve. Tune in every weekday evening from Monday to Friday as we explore the complexities, challenges, and opportunities facing Nigeria.
Yeah, well, glad to still here. The program is Nigeria Sunset on J101.9 here in Jos and Ponsak Fanab.
I am Gilbert Joseph.
Yeah, like I said, we're expecting the member representing Pangshin Kanke Kanam Federal Constituency, Right Honorable Yusuf Adamu Gadi, the Chairman House Committee on Navy. And basically, what he's coming to discuss is about the issue of state police. He said when Garga community was attacked, Garga community is part of his constituency in Kanam local government, and he went there. There's one thing that I admire, with Yusuf Gagdi, and especially when that thing happened in Garga, he went there himself, visited the people, reassured them that give them all the assurances that he can give. And said that he's working tirelessly to bring protection. But the statement that really got people is the issue of state police, that he didn't sit well with some people, and he's coming to address the matter. And, Right Honorable Yusuf Gagdi, just a form of history, was the first lawmaker in the House of Representatives that the president assented to his bill. That is the Police Reform Act. I think that was the name of the bill trying to reform the Police Act, 1947 Police Act, to reflect modern realities. And for someone that brought about such a brilliant legislation, such a great thing, for some people the expectation was that this issue of state police, instead of saying that it's not going to work, or these are the encumbrance, that is going to make them work, it should be that how are we going to overcome those encumbrance, Gilbert, and ensure that we get things to work, because people are dying. People are. That Gilbert, we should maybe.
What
do you think?
The way you have said is so on point, but. Just some bit of update with the whole saga. Nnamdi Kanu's matter has been, at the front burner for some time. Right now, I think he wanted to enter a no-case submission, but the Federal High Court said no, he has a case to answer. And that's indeed what has been upheld. So he still has a date with the courts. And this is on top of the fact that the NMA was directed to set up a team of medical what am I even saying? Of doctors to be able to assess his health condition, his health status, and to find out exactly if he can continue to stand trial on that matter. So we'll be waiting and watching to see how that goes. But the one reality that all of us cannot shy away from is the fact that people are dying. That's on the issue of, this whole state police or no state police issue. The honorable member himself agrees that Nigeria is losing people, citizens,
and he even says his constituents.
Absolutely.
This is not the first time, this is not the second time.
With which he addressed his people on one of the occasions he had cause to interface with them and what have you. But in the end, opinions are opinions, and the point is for us to be able to fine-tune the ideas where necessary, and hopefully, that takes us to the expected end, where we can get the sort of results that we indeed want to get.
Well, let's open the phone lines, listen to your thoughts, especially because 0905566 from that is very important. Like I said, our guests, we're expecting the member representing PKK, but if he doesn't come, the show has to go on. Show has to continue.
Absolutely.
Hello, good evening. Thank you for calling.
Good evening, Ponsak and Gilbert.
Yeah, thank you for calling. Tell us your name and join the conversation.
My name is Walby Stephen.
We're listening.
And I'm calling you from Hoshi.
We're listening, Walby.
Yes. It's unfortunate the member is not yet in the studio, but I think I need to lend my voice to the topic of discourse. The point I need to make is his opinion is his opinion. And we have 8 members in the House of Representatives in particular. And one man's opinion should not form everybody's opinion. He's entitled to his opinion. I'm not against state police, but we shouldn't see state police as a silver bullet because it cannot be the silver bullet as it will solve all the problems of insecurity. Besides, it's the military that is saddled with the responsibility of ensuring that our villages are secure. We have police. How many policemen have gone there? Even the military have not even gone to the villages to protect the people. So he has a reason why he is saying that state police cannot solve the problem. And that is his opinion, and he's entitled to it. So I think enough of all this maligning of Gandhi, because I think for us in PKK, he has done that, and we will still vote for him by the grace of God. Thank you very much, and have a nice day.
Thank you. Hello.
Hello, good evening.
Thank you for calling. Tell us your name and join the conversation, please.
Yeah, thank you very much. My name is Sadiq Umar. I'm calling from PK and T Junction.
We're listening.
Yeah, I will comment you have spoken very policy. You see, we could have hoped the honorable member will come to the house so that he can explain. Because I could have asked him how many securities are there always with him.
Oh, we lost connection with Sadiq there. Good evening. Thank you for calling.
Hello, good evening, Kwanzaa.
Yes.
I'm Gilbert Joseph.
Thank you for calling.
This is Comrade Marambulu who's calling you from Dafo in Bokos.
We're listening to you, comrade.
I think, I wish that the honorable ward member is here in the studio so that we're asking about several questions concerning the setting of policing. I don't know. He went to his constituency, sympathized with his people, and somebody who is not supporting state policing, but yet he still donated millions of naira to support vigilante. So my question here is that, giving them money, is the money going to use to buy the sophisticated weapon like that of the criminals? If he is in the studio, I will ask you that question. Because you cannot give or push some, people's children, in the front, that, in the name of they are securing their community, but they don't have the sophisticated weapon that they can face and confront those criminals who are coming with machine guns. Kill people in various communities, and yet you are saying that you are not supporting, but you are giving donating money. Look, somebody like Gadi, I'm telling you, he's not trying to protect his political power. That is the only. If he's in the office, in fact, I will confront him. Let him come out and tell us. Somebody remained anonymous yesterday. Let me tell you something. I'm not going to. And he's a security man. He said that that he is opposing the state policing. As we speak, he is in his residence. There are more than 40 to 50 military men guarding his own house in Abuja. So who is fooling who in this country? You just want to protect his vote. If the governor will abuse the state policing, I'm asking this question: Is the federal federal government not abusing the federal conventional police and the other military security that we have? Look at what they are doing with their opposition. I'm talking about let the masses ask the federal government to abolish the federal the conventional police so that in Nigeria we will remain without a security. Let's see who is going to sleep with his two eyes closed. It's quite unfortunate. When people are talking as if we don't know. Psychologically, we know where the direction of Gagdi. He said the governor of Lado State. That is just he's not aware that maybe he has forgotten that one day, maybe one of his friends will clean the office of the governor. When people are talking, we should try to understand that yes, we are playing with people's lives. It is people's lives that are losing. It will interest you to know that in my community, the blackhead was attacked day before yesterday, and he narrowly escaped, but one person died in the incident. And the same person very close to us that a criminal appearing in military uniform, with AK-47, open fire on the people on the committee yesterday Thursday, very close to us here, and one person lost his life. So what are we talking about? People keep losing their family members, and somebody will sit in one corner just because of his political selfishness. That he's opposing state policing. It's quite unfortunate.
Thank you. Well, it's obviously not in support of that. Good evening. Thank you for calling.
Very good evening. and give us.
Yes, thank you for calling. Tell us the name and join the conversation,
this,
please.
Yeah, this is Mike Kala calling from Kufa Mayango Road.
Thank you, Mike. We're listening to you, sir.
Yes, I think like last caller rightly mentioned. You see, some people are taking human life for granted. How can this honorable member, a son of Plateau State, who have witnessed a lot of killings and destruction of properties on the plateau, this bill? I imagine. Okay, see, somebody have called from Hoshi that is going to vote him. That is to say, he is politicizing the insecurity, which is not good. It's not healthy enough. You see, people have to be very careful. Politics aside, human life aside. So we should respect human lives. Because, you see, like the other man I've just mentioned, you don't know tomorrow. It may be your turn tomorrow. You can't just care. So you have to be very careful. The way you treat others, that is how you'll be treated. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. 08121. Maybe, Gilbert, you take some comment on social media, yeah?
All right.
Yeah, because I can see engagement. People are engaging so with us there, yeah.
And that's true. I can see them a whole lot as well. Richard Igbita says, state police is the way out, and we should join hands to fight terrorism and banditry. Sly Sambo, the matter is how can one twist the truth in order to defend the personal interest? Cannot change the fact that every crime is local and only locals can protect themselves effectively. Frederick Sunday, the life of our people is more important than any political privilege. State police will bring security closer to the people. Kwede Cyprian, that's his own opinion, but the majority of the Plateau people are in support of the creation of state police. Jeff Taluka Irmia, having state police would mean law enforcement is more accountable to the local people rather than a distant federal authority. It's about putting power and responsibility in the hands of those who know the community best. Muchis Kasim, good evening to the respected member. We love you and we pray you return. YJ Zaka, we're waiting and listening to hear from him. David Z says, to tackle insecurity in our villages, state police is the way forward. Emmanuel Lojo Nimram says, is it about state police? What about the Operation Rainbow and the hunters? I stand with Gagdi on this. Ambassador Joachim says, community police remains the best option if we're really serious in tackling insecurity in Nigeria. Bamnan Bakil, God bless the honorable member. Malam Lyrical Jubilistic says, we pray for good governance. Ate John Agom, his position can never benefit the masses in the rural areas. He should hold his own position and respect the voters. Davo Ezra, most people that are against the creation of state police don't know the meaning of that. State police is the way out. Gyang says, my boss, Right Honorable Gagdi, please put the people's interest first before any politics, because without the people, there will be no government and any development. You may be partially right, but believe me, state police will give us room to hold the government accountable. David Sambo, the issue of state police is a child of necessity. Whoever is kicking against it on the guise that it will be misused by the state governors is not being realistic. We have also seen the federal security being used against political opponents. Anybody who is against the creation of state police doesn't mean well for us. Jaden Smith, we don't want to hear anything. Felkuka, go on. I'm listening to hear more from him. Shamsuddin, please try. Daniel Arin says his position is clear that governors will abuse it by using it as a tool against their political opponents, as the APC-led government is illegally using the EFCC, ICPC, DSS, etc. against opposition and other opponents, criticizing awful policies of the government. but he should have looked at it beyond that, as the insecurity is on the increase. Crested George says, very interesting conversation that will be. I can't wait. Clinton Victor says JFM will be hot this evening. All right.
Yeah, well, let's take...
Dennis Palm.
Okay, yeah, go ahead, Gilbert.
Dennis Palm says, State Police is the best in Nigeria. God bless JFM. God bless Plateau. And Farouk Spendi says, the honorable member is doing well. Kudos. Gogwem Musilshak Uyowada says, Honorable Gagdi, you're doing well. Bamnan Bakil Gagdi is currently being awarded for his contributions to security. I'm sure that's why we're having this delay. D-Guy Victor, watching you guys from Kanu. FJ Dabson, the lawmaker, hinged his argument against the creation of state police on the governor's tendency to abuse the development. My question is, can election take place if people's lives are in danger? Election and people's lives, which one is more paramount? Doc Landry Moore says, we don't want African time. DJ Demama says, we're kindly waiting for the honorable member's arrival. Daton Michael says, Nashiga Uku, this man. Okay, I want to follow this interesting conversation, really. John Zubi says, good evening, JFM. Victor Sule, evening, JFM, my people. Okay, yes, this is where we would leave it with the comments.
Yeah, I mean, the comments are still trickling in. Let's take phone calls. Good evening, thank you for calling.
Thank you very much. Very good evening. Yeah. Joseph Gilbert, good evening.
Tell us your name and join the conversation, please.
By their voice, we shall know them, comrade. I don't Antiba Solomon, the voice of the voiceless on the plateau. Ponsak, how I wish the guest is with you guys here. Well, we will still talk. But the question I want to ask you guys is that, is it only Gagdi in the National Assembly? We have House of Reps and 3 senators on the plateau. And I hope you will bring...
Yeah, well, we have to cut that because we have our guest here, Right Honorable Yusuf Gagdi is here. Good evening, Maliki. It's good to see you. And congratulations on your award. Somebody just called that you received an award. Congratulations, sir.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Yeah, well, let me cast your mind back, Right Honorable Gagdi. During the first term of former President Muhammadu Buhari, you were the first, and I'll say in Nigeria's history, first lawmaker in his first tenure that the president assented to your bill on police reform, the Police Act of 1947. That was a novel thing, and it brought reforms to bring to the fact that we are operating in all order when it comes to policing, and you saw the gaps in that, and you preferred solution. For some people, they are rather surprised to see your comment on state police, saying that you don't support state police, and in the same breath, you'll say that you want your constituent. I mean, what happened in Garga? You are obviously not happy with what happened, unpleased, based on your facial expression and what have you. Could you explain to us more? Why are you against state police?
Well, it is simple. First, I'm entitled to my own opinion.
Absolutely.
And my own convictions. And on this, it does not really matter to me if anybody will have different opinion from my own opinion. But what bothers me is you don't need to cast as passion as anybody because you have opinions. You just need to respect any other person.
Absolutely. That's democracy.
Yeah. But again, tying that dimension.
No, I'm just saying that you did something very interesting, great.
I know.
Yeah.
It's just to give the understanding that if people really understood the total repeal and reenactment of the Police Act that was signed by former President Muhammadu Buhari on the 18th of September 2020.
Right.
You will definitely understand that at that time, up till this moment, the provision of the Police Act repeal and reenactment itself is against state police. That is why, or that was why at that time, the reenactment and repeal of the existing Police Act created community policing as what? An option to state police. Then if we have...
Okay, that was a provision of the
yes,
act.
Yes.
Okay.
Hitherto the amendment, total repeal and reenactment. No law in Nigeria recognizes community policing. It is only that repeal and reenactment that what? Give provision for community policing. And what is community policing? If you understand the existing Police Act, look for it and read from A to Z. In addition to other human right violation by the Nigerian police that repeal and reenactment addresses, we make provision for community policing. This is community policing. To me, community policing is even more powerful than state police.
Why is that?
Why? Because it is under the Nigerian police force.
Okay, it's recognized by law.
Yes, I'm coming. It's recognized by law.
Okay, community policing.
Community policing.
Okay.
Because the act recognizes community policing. And I remember Mr. President had made approval of over 20 billion for the commencement of the implementation of community police to an extent that each local government had made nomination. For whatever reason that they don't want to implement the segment of the community policing, I don't know, I don't have an answer to it. And what is the structure of community policing? Community policing give right and privileges to give democratic right because of the enactment of that act to traditional institution to play fundamental role in policing of our own community. At the local government level, the Police Act recognized that you should have a community policing at the local government level that should be meeting, that will be meeting every 7 days, 1 week, to be co-chaired by the paramount ruler of that local government at the federal constituency level, at the senatorial district level, as well as the state level. Then if we have an act that says the paramount ruler of the state, who is in this case Bongom Jos, should co-chair a community policing committee with the commissioner of police at the state level, I think it has recognizes our community existence, and the purpose of that is to be able to synchronize intelligence between the conventional police and the community.
Sorry to interrupt you. Someone would say that, but the constitution doesn't have a clearly defined role for traditional rulers.
But the police, is it everything? Constitution.
Because you are a lawmaker.
Constitution cannot provide a clear definition for everything. And that is why the process of amending the 1999 Constitution today recognizes the fact that we should give a constitutional role to traditional rulers. The fact that Community Police Act, existing Police Act, donated that powers to traditional ruler to be able to police their own affairs with the regular police does not mean it's a contravention of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. A law can only cease to exist if it contravenes the provision of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. And asking the traditional rulers to police their own community together with the conventional police is not a contravention of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. This is the reason. But secondly, why is Gagdi against community policing?
State police.
I have state police.
State
I have told you, one, we have community policing that is recognized by law. Let's implement it. Two, I am entitled to my own opinion. Three,
the issue of governors.
Three, I have said it, and without any fear of contradiction, I will say it 1 million times. We must stop politicizing people's views and opinion. When I say I am against state policing, it doesn't mean because the governor is not from my party, therefore I am doing that to antagonize.
No.
That's what some people attribute.
We're not
to
saying
my own
what
position.
we're not saying what some people say. We're saying what Honorable Gagdi said.
Okay, what I said, I have given two reasons. The last reason is simple.
You didn't
the last reason, Nigeria operates through federalism, where you have, in addition to democratic trinity, that you have government at the state, at the local government, and at the national level. You equally have democratic trinity in terms of operation of modus operandi of true federalism, where you have 3 tiers of government. Now, If you have that, and we have seen how it comes to play, between you and God, between everybody that listens to me and God, how effective are the local government operational? And how independent, as a tier of government, recognized by the same constitution you are talking about, how effective? I will learn, I will make my point and I will allow you to speak. How effective are they operating? Do they have financial independence? Yes. Financial autonomy by mouth. Do they have political power to control?
Yeah, but the president said there's financial.
I'm coming.
Yeah.
Do they, but the president say, the constitution equally say.
Absolutely.
But when you go to the local government, does the local government chairman, not only under Governor Caleb Mutfong, under Governor Lalong, under Governor Joshua Chivi Darie, under Governor Baba Jang, can you tell me in true sense of the word that local government are really independent in the true sense of the word?
It's something that we grapple with, yeah.
In my own opinion, without any fear of political misrepresentation, they have never been independent. That is one. Take a case study which I put together in Channels TV of Independent National Electoral Commission. They conduct election in Nigeria, Ponsat. And if they conduct Nigeria's election, the federal election regarding to presidential and national assembly election, we had over 150 opposition members that were elected to the National Assembly as a result of the election conducted by the Independent National Electoral Commission. It therefore means, no matter how you look at our own election, in whatever perspective and dimension, the national body that conduct national election have tried in that regard. Look at governors. We have 36 states. How many governors, as a result of election conducted by federal central INEC, that opposition won different states, including Plateau State? That means also that to some level, you can commend the organization of election under the central government. But tell me, under any PDP governor, any APC governor in Nigeria, any ABGA governor in Nigeria, let's keep politics very far away from this, and let's not bring emotion to issues of somebody's conviction toward what he understood. Can you tell me in between you and God again that states that are under the control of APC, have there been any election that APC governor conducted a state election and another opposition party won local government chairmanship or even a councillor in the legislative council? They declare to their family and friends. What APC, PDP, ABGA, the state that is controlled, of course, a state that is controlled by ABGA governor will declare all election. PDP governor will declare all election in favor of his party. APC governor will declare all election in favor of his party. That is giving them the power to control civil authority in terms of producing local government structure. Right. If you cannot trust them in terms of ensuring fairness, in making sure that opposition equally win election like national government conduct election, how will you trust these people with a power to control AK-47?
Yeah, but Rahul Bugadi, you're bringing this analogy election, but we're talking about human lives.
Okay.
Yeah, we're talking about...
What is more important, what is more related to human life than election? Than producing leaders that are vested with the responsibility of controlling and ensuring that human life is being protected.
Let me pass the baton to Gilbert.
Talking of elections, really, your very good political ally and brother is now the chairman of the APC. I would like for you to be able to share with us your confidence, especially as it relates to Plateau. Given where we're coming from, 2023, going to 2027, how confident are you that your party would this time around perhaps make sure the pendulum swings?
I don't think from all available signals I need to say anything about this. If without him being the national chairman of APC, he won his senatorial district in a free and fair contested election. He won his federal House of Representatives in a free and fair contested federal election. He won out of 5 members of the State House of Assembly. He won about 3 or 4 in the Panshinkanke Kanam Federal Constituency, and as well as Central Senatorial District. Who is representing APC in Central Senatorial District today? Who is representing Central Senatorial District in the National Assembly today? It's APC. Both the House of Representatives, the 2 of us, and as well as the Senator. And if we have done that, I am sure with the powers donated to him by the APC to be the leader of APC in Nigeria, I am assuring you that we will do everything within our own power, humanly possible, within the provision of our own democracy, to ensure that APC returned into power in Plateau State.
Some would argue
I am confident in his capacity and capability, and I know Professor Nentawe Yilwada will do the miracle.
Some would suggest that the court had a role in terms of the central election, particularly in the central zone, in how all of that played out and what have you.
Are you questioning the role of the court regarding to the senatorship?
That's not the case.
Okay.
That's not the case.
Okay.
Don't you think that perhaps the opposition would see this as a statement that doesn't particularly tell the truth?
Tell me, even out of Plateau, is there any election in 90%, out of 100% election conducted, over 90% are contested in court? And the court prevailed. The position of the court prevailed at the end of the day. So we are talking about winning election first. You have to win before you talk about going to the court. You have to lose before you talk about going to court. You are asking me about the possibility of APC coming back into power with Nentawe Yilwada, professor. As the national chairman, I have told you it's an added advantage. This is a state that you have almost more than 20 members of the State House of Assembly are APC. Are they not? I'm not aware of their own defection.
They are, because of
they
course
represent various constituencies. They are the closer to the people at the grassroots. If truly they are APC, don't you think you should be, again, you have almost all members of the National Assembly today with the defection of those from Labour Party to APC. We are 8. How many of us are not from APC? And almost all the senators, only 1 out of 3 are APC. With that kind of political structure that is in favor of APC, coupled up with the election of Professor Nentawe Yilwada as the national chairman of APC, are you not supposed to be asking PDP how possible are they thinking they can retain power in 2027? And asking APC whether it is possible when the possibilities are seen in the 4 angles of the politicking that is happening in Plateau State?
In terms of performance.
The proper democratically elected representative of the people in Plateau, 90% are from APC. Are PDP not supposed to be worried of this?
Okay, in terms of performance, honorable member, what do you, because people have said the government, of the PDP has done appreciably well, and what have you?
Where? They done to the people that are appreciating. But to me, my constituency, my local government, I cannot say that the government without any attributing any aspersion at the governor. I respect him, he's the governor. But before him, I will say he have not performed in my own constituency. Okay, why should I make this statement some time ago? The former commissioner of information was defending the statement when I said that I have not seen anything done to my local government. He was giving an example with mosquito net donated to Kolmia in Kanam local government. Is the governor supposed to donate mosquito net to my local government?
We understand
when roads are being constructed to other local governments.
We understand that the road, which particularly you mentioned, is now under construction. Is that correct? Is that the case?
I'm not aware of that. I've not seen any. I'm just coming from the village yesterday. Day before yesterday, before I moved to Abuja. I've gone to Kanam. Bridges has been constructed worth billions of naira. Go there and see for yourself. We don't talk, we don't display. Time will come that will display those capacity. In addition to that, tell me one single road that is presently under construction by the state government. Tell me, go and show me the picture. Let the people from Kanam phone and tell you where are the roads that have been constructed by the state government. I took the words of the former commissioner of information that yes, there was Ebola or whatever you call it, this rat diseases that they donated, Lassa fever, that they donated intervention, and there was mosquito net given to Kolmia community. Is it not a shame? Is that not the responsibility of a councillor of a local government to do that? So if this is what I saw, and this is what the government commissioner is saying by himself as a performance of the governor in my local government, how do you expect me to tell you that the government at the state level have performed?
Yeah, well, I think we can take one more phone call, and then that will be it. But I would really like for you to talk about the case that you won, because for me it's centered about development.
And around the route, the same route.
Would you like to talk about that?
It's the road in Shuer, Gunji,
and Dokpai.
Yes, I will talk about it.
Please do in 1 minute.
I am not celebrating it. Because in the first instance, let me tell you the sincere truth of what happened. I did not take government to court. Government took me to court.
Right, yeah.
So ask government. They lose the case. So how do they lose the case? By the way, I have told my lawyer long before now, withdraw that case. I'm not interested. Let the Attorney General and Minister of Justice have spoken to me.
Commissioner of Justice.
Commissioner of Justice have spoken to me about that road. I say, Commissioner, yes. In the first instance, I didn't take you to court. You took me to court. So, it's within your own powers to show willingness that we should withdraw case or we should not withdraw. He said that the matter should be settled out of court. I said, okay, so let the matter be settled. I think based on the conversation I had with my lawyer, a senior advocate Usman, he said that there was a term that the state government wanted him to sign before he withdrew the case, and he was not comfortable with the terms. He rather go on.
What are some of those terms?
I don't know.
Okay, your lawyer didn't tell you the terms.
He didn't tell me.
Okay.
But I had given him instruction that for the progress of the community, we have packed all the equipments that were mobilized to continue with that road. By the way, this road was stopped not during Governor Lalong administration. It was awarded by Governor Jang, former Governor Jang. Part of it was done. In his first tenure, the road was abandoned throughout Governor Jang's second tenure. Lalong did not re-award that until I got a constituency intervention and asked FEMA to do just about 2-3 kilometers. It stopped. Then I now got small constituency intervention again to share it among different communities. I say let the continuation of that road goes on. Immediately I mobilized. State government say it is under. I wonder why were state government when during the first day in office of this present administration, where were they that I constructed over 2 to 3 kilometers of that road? They didn't stop it. But now that issue of politics have come into it, they took me to court. I responded. I looked for a lawyer. I said, go and stand for me. Government have taken me to court. Today the court have said that the case is dismissed against state government. Whether it is dismissed or it is not dismissed, I had earlier before now. This is not something that I can take any political advantage out of it. Before now, for the interest of the people of PKK, if the government was ready to do that work, I had withdrawn and equally instructed my lawyer to withdraw that matter, to give a clearance for state government to bring dividends of democracy at the doorstep of the people of